in. Hafiz Saaed, we understand, was showered with flowers at the Lahore court while leaving, and pro-Hafiz Saaed slogans were also raised inside the Pakistan court. These are shocking visuals that are coming to light from Lahore, where you see supporters showering Hafiz Saaed with flowers, with rose petals, all of them chanting pro-Hafiz Saaed slogans. And if this doesn't expose Pakistan, we don't know what will. I want to go across to Aditya Rajkar for more details on this. A shocking video, Aditya, that really exposes the truth of Pakistan, how they celebrate terrorists in Pakistan.
That's right. In fact, it's a very shocking testimony of what is actually happening on the streets of Pakistan. Global terrorists are being worshipped, and there is no decisive action at all. While the Foreign Minister Hafiz does indicate that the Hafiz Saaed, Lashkar-e-Toiba and Haqqani network are a liability for Pakistan, but down on ground, we do not see any kind of cohesive approach to target the infrastructure, the entire finances, and the support that these terror groups have been getting. And that's why Pakistan has become a safe haven for these terror groups. Now, Hafiz Saaed, the chief of the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jamaat-ul-Dawa, was inside the Supreme Court registry, the review board at Lahore. He had to present himself there, and this happened just a few minutes ago while he was exiting the court. He was showered with rose petals and flowers, and there were pro-Pakistan and pro-Hafiz Saaed slogans, made there. This does indicate how, the lawyers and also the government officials are almost worshipping a global terrorist who has blood on his hands. He has committed crimes against the humanity and has been sending trained terrorists across the border to spread bloodshed and violence in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. Horrific reality in these exclusive videos that the Republic has managed to access. Also, what happened inside the court was the government has sought 2 more days to prepare their case against Hafiz Saaed. This is yet another delaying tactics by the Pakistan government, which does not have any kind of a political will to target and take action against Hafiz Saaed, and instead he is being worshipped. A long rope has already been granted to Hafiz Saaed and no action whatsoever down on ground.
And, Aditya, this really exposes why the Pakistan government doesn't act against Hafiz Saaed. Look at the kind of reception he's getting. Look at the flowers, petals that are being showered on him. Many people chanting pro-Hafiz Saaed slogans. And this is the reality of Pakistan, that terrorists such as Hafiz Saaed anywhere else in the world will be arrested. The strictest of action will be taken against them. And in Pakistan, he's worshipped, he's celebrated.
Well, this isn't something new. This has been happening for a very long time. But the question really that goes out to the international community is, how long will the world wear blinkers towards Pakistan? And question that also goes out to the President of the United States, Donald Trump, who recently said that US has a good bilateral relationship with Pakistan, as Pakistan has been very responsive. Isn't Donald Trump again going the Barack Obama administration way, trying to have some kind of a dialogue with Pakistan at a time when Pakistan is not ready to target any of the terror infrastructure on east or west of its border, be it the Lashkar-e-Toiba, Hizbul Mujahideen, or even the Haqqani network and the Taliban? We have seen such gory visuals in the past where even Saaed Salahuddin, just days after he was branded a global terrorist and he was designated by the US State Department, he was again showered with flowers at Muzaffarabad and in Islamabad as well. He has been getting bulletproof cars and security from the Pakistan government, and same is the case with Hafiz Saaed. They are, part of the same racket that has been, conducting terror infrastructure and violence against India in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. So time and again, it is the same pictures, the same videos that are being witnessed from Pakistan. The Pakistan government and Pakistan Army's active support to terror infrastructure and groups like Lashkar-e-Toiba and Hafiz Saaed. And today, yet again, these visuals only, signify what the Pakistan government's approach really is. It's the duplicity that is being witnessed, hypocrisy by the Pakistan government on tackling terror. On international forums, they say they are battling terror and a victim of terror. On the other hand, they are providing money, finances, moral and other kinds of support to terrorists like Hafiz Saaed and Saaed Salahuddin.
Aditya, this video comes at a time when possibly we could see Hafiz Saaed's release. He appeared, of course, in a Pakistani court. Get us updates on that front. What really is the development as far as Hafiz Saaed's house arrest being removed is concerned?
Well, on one hand, Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Hafiz, just a few days ago in US said that Hafiz Saaed was a liability of Pakistan. If indeed he was a liability, then there would have been firm and decisive action, which hasn't really been seen on ground. More than a liability, it does seem that Hafiz Saaed is a state guest of Pakistan and perhaps has much more power than the current Prime Minister, or temporary Prime Minister Saaed Abbasi. What exactly happened in the court was that he had to present himself he did with a battery of lawyers and other supporters as well. The proceedings went on for an hour or so, and the government has, told the court they want 2 more days to, have this case, study this case, and prepare themselves. They have been granted those 2 days. Again, after 2 days, Hafiz Saaed will be presenting himself. But the important part is that just 3 days ago, the Home Department of the Punjab government has withdrawn its application of terror charges and house detention against Hafiz Saaed. In such circumstances, where government is pressurized by the extremists to take back such action against terrorists, how can we expect justice? How can we expect a fair trial in any of the courts in Pakistan? So the big question right now is it almost imminent that a global terrorist, a globally designated terrorist, Hafiz Saaed, will again walk through this? Not the first time. He has a bounty of 10 million on his head, and look at the way he's a state guest, being worshipped, being given reception, and flowers being showered right outside the judiciary, outside the Lahore High Court, and this is the reality of Pakistan that is haunting them inside.
And obviously there will be questions, Aditya, because you see the visuals that are coming to light right now of Hafiz Saaed getting out of that court, and there are flower petals being showered on him. All right, I want to go across to Mr. Chaudhary as well, who's joining us on this broadcast. Sir, what's your view on this? You know, a flower shower that we're witnessing for Hafiz Saaed. He leaves the Lahore court in the midst of police presence. There are pro-Hafiz Saaed slogans raised. There are petals that are being showered upon him.
Well, obviously he is popular. Anyone who will speak about Kashmir cause, who practice with me, because people of Pakistan love Kashmir and Kashmiri people. So anyone who speaks for the rights of the people of Kashmir are treated respectfully. And Hafiz Saaed obviously has a following because people think that he has done a lot for the cause of Kashmir. And India has, in fact, India always tried to make Hafiz Saaed big.
No, but Mr. Chaudhary, don't you feel that this exposes Pakistan, that the international community is going to be watching this video, and there is no doubt about it that, you know, Pakistan celebrates this kind of a terrorist, seeing the visuals that are coming to light?
Well, India makes terrorists the Prime Minister, so the world also watches that. So frankly, this is hardly matters. You know, this is a terrorist in one country can be a hero for a country. So in Kashmir, if you are
No, Mr. Chaudhary, speak about what we're playing right now. Speak about the story that we're running right now. Why don't you give us answers about what's running right now, about how Pakistanis are celebrating a terrorist, a man who has blood on his hands?
And obviously, this is what I'm telling you, that the terrorist of one country can be a hero for others. So he thinks that he speaks for the people of Kashmir, and he has a following, unfortunately. But he has not a significant following, as we have seen the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is hated in Pakistan and considered a terrorist, and become the Prime Minister, and many and the Indian voters voted him in. Pakistanis has not elected any extremists to any political position, but Indians have done that. So India should be more worried about the conduct of its own people than...
Mr. Chaudhary, the unfortunate reality is we will not get an answer on this. We will not get any sort of condemnation of a terrorist being celebrated, and that is the unfortunate reality, that after these kind of celebrations break out, the sentiment is still the same. Mr. Chaudhary, thanks for joining us here on Republic TV. But you see these kind of visuals that are playing out, absolutely shocking, of Hafiz Saaed walking out to a celebration of sorts, petals being showered upon his vehicle, slogans being raised in his favor, and no condemnation coming in from any Pakistani because they continue to celebrate terrorists.